Hi, my name is Katie Weatherup, and one of the things that I had a ton of success with, and I'm really excited to keep offering because I want this for everyone else as well, is my offering on dismantling credit card debt. And so I struggled with it for years. When I transitioned into being a shamanic practitioner, I was a way better shamanic practitioner than I was a business person. And without the structure of getting, exactly the same amount of money every month as I did when I had my engineering job, I didn't do a good job of understanding how much I needed to put aside for car repairs. And so I ended up with the credit card debt that just kept creeping up and creeping up. And I couldn't seem to get a handle on having it go back down. And there was a lot of tension and worry and stress and feeling like they kept moving the finish line, like no matter how hard I worked or how good a job I did or how much greater mastery I had, I was still just struggling to get there. And then I was like, hey, I am, okay as a business person, quite competent, but I'm a really good shamanic practitioner. What if I went in and treated credit card debt like an energetic structure that has taken on a life of its own? Because goodness knows I have a lot of energy and charge on this. And I just work on taking it apart. I just work on dismantling it. Like, this could just go away. It doesn't need to be in my life. And so I had this idea, and as often when we do work together, I get better results. So I'm like, I'm gonna do an offer. I'm gonna do an offer for a group of people. And it was a grand experiment. I'm like, I don't know if this will work. Obviously, traditional indigenous shamanic practitioners weren't dealing with credit card debt, but why not? It's a problem for the modern era, and I'm all about shamanism to solve our everyday real world problems. So I did this journey. I actually did 2 rounds of it, and I paid off all my credit card debt, and I no longer have that struggling to get to the finish line feeling every month. And so it worked after years and years and years of fighting with it. And so I'd really love to offer the opportunity to receive this work, receive something that maybe isn't like super practical or super obvious, but it's very affordable, and it's a really great way to go in and just take down the structures, just dismantle this energetic structure of credit card debt, because it's much harder for something to be sustained in the physical world if the energetic structure is dismantled. So if the energy is dismantled around credit card debt, the physical world is going to want to follow. And that was certainly the results I got. It turned out to be really easy and smooth and available after I did this work. And so I hope you'll consider joining me. I had good results. I had good feedback from the people I worked with. If this is a really big problem for you, it may take a couple of rounds of taking down the structure, and it may be something you want to support on your own with fire ceremony. But this will help dismantle those structures and put in place the structure that you do want, which is credit cards are cool. It's nice to have that emergency cash fund available, but it's nicer when they're in potential form, like, hey, at any moment someone could loan me this huge amount of money, which I don't need. And there's a loveliness when they're in potential form rather than in committed form. As an engineer, I'm all about potential and kinetic energy. So putting our credit cards paid off and back into potential support, something that kind of has our back but isn't needed, is a really good way. So I hope you'll consider joining me. Thank you so much for listening. Again, my name is Katie Weatherup, and you can learn more about me and my work at my website, which is handsoverheart.com.